Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode from Carl's Cycle Supply. Today we're going to be going over a short introduction of the Antique Motorcycle Club of America's judging process, and then we're also going to show you this beautiful 1950 Panhead that Matt most recently judged this past weekend in St. Paul, Minnesota at the Viking Chapter's National Antique Motorcycle Club of America meet. Stay tuned and be sure to hit the like and subscribe if you love old motorcycles just like us.
Hey, I'm here at the AMCA meet in St. Paul, Minnesota with John McIntyre. We just finished judging on Saturday afternoon. This is a 1950 FL that he brought for the first time to be judged. The current AMCA judging system was developed 25 or 30 years ago back in the mid-90s by Peter Hines. It's a great tool for two main groups of people. People who want to learn about motorcycles that they don't own, and people that want to learn about motorcycles that they do own. Whether you restore a bike, are working on a bike, or own a bike that you want to know more about, the AMCA has a great system in place to help educate people about different types of motorcycles.
Okay, so my bike was actually purchased by my uncle back in 1980 as a basket case. And he knew he had Harleys before, so he knew all the critical pieces were there.
Okay.
And so he put it together, but back in the 80s it was cool to have everything chrome.
Yeah.
So he went chrome, then he went dual exhaust, and he really made it a cool looking bike, but he didn't put any miles on it. He put about 1,000 miles on it.
Okay.
40 years later, I was asking him if he would sell it, and he said, yeah, I don't ride it, so he sold it to me. It was pretty exciting.
That's awesome. So it's been in the family for 40 years. You've owned it for 3?
3 years, yes.
How long did you spend restoring it?
I've spent, since I got it, just about I started restoring it. I was just going to start with a couple little things, and a couple of things, then more things, and more things. And then I got a paint job from John Pierce.
Yeah.
And he encouraged me to go to the full, go all the way, and I'm glad I did. Really happy with it.
This is a top tier bike, and John really went through great ends to get all the details correct. Myself and a couple other guys that are kind of well versed in Harleys went over with a fine tooth comb for about a half hour. Really only found half a dozen things. It didn't add up more to 1.5, 2 points. He got a junior first on his first time out. What did you expect to learn from judging, or what did you want out of the process?
Well, I was looking forward to having somebody with a lot more knowledge than I, because it's the first bike I've ever had, an antique bike, or first bike I've ever restored.
Yeah.
And partnering with that person, kind of going through the bike in a non-defensive manner.
Yeah.
And allowing somebody to point out some things on it that I thought was right, but somebody with more knowledge could correct on me. And so I was able to see it. Nothing major, but some minor things that'll make the bike that much better. That's what I was after.
That's what's cool. I think like the AMCA judging system, it's a good tool and vessel to learn about your bike or learn about bikes you're interested in. When I was a little kid, I'd jump on Indian teams or British teams, or just try to meet up with like some expert guys and then learn what I could and just enjoy it. It's a cool social part of the club, and I really enjoy it. And he actually helped us on judging a couple other bikes, and you could tell he'd really done his research, and when we got to his 50, it's like over the top cool. Well, 50 is a cool year. These are kind of rare compared to 49s and 51s. You don't see as many of them. This is painted azure blue. This was, it was first listed in like, I think the VL years or JD years. It's like the 20s or 30s that listed azure blue, and then it's also available in 48, and then it was a main color in 48 and 50. It was optional, but I don't think I've seen very many of them done this color, so it was cool to see.
And I was real excited when John Pierce took the fenders apart.
Yeah.
And he called me up and said, underneath your rivets is azure blue. And I was so excited.
That is so cool.
So you could tell the original color was azure blue,
so
and it's a pretty color. I didn't want to paint it black again.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to get azure blue.
When we took Locke's 49 apart, his fenders, his back fender was the only original piece of sheet metal that came with the bike, and it was peacock wood, so we're kind of married to that path too. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. Yep. Bringing it back to what it was.
At least they're good.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be a bummer if it was like
Exactly.
hideous color? And we're like, oh god, now I gotta paint it this. What was the toughest piece to find on your bike?
Boy, that's a great question. Toughest piece to find. That's a great question. Finding a 50 front end.
Yeah.
Because when my uncle got the bike, it had a 49 front end in it, which might have been correct from the factory, but I couldn't prove it for judging. So finding 50 lower tubes.
How long did they use those legs?
Just a couple years.
Did you maybe?
Yeah, 50, 51, and 2. And then they start changing the casting to where the drain bolt is on, has a boss on the front of it. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Well,
It was a fun project.
you're doing good. What are you going to do next?
I'm going to update it with the things that we found on it, and then I'm going to go to the next level.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see